Hello everyone, my name is Jaganda Alochi. Many of you know me as Jaganda Victory, which I later on translated into my local language, Alochi. I am the CEO of Evolutionary Education Services. I will tell you a little more about Evolutionary Education Services, but I am the CEO. I am also the author of The English Doctor, which is a very good book for those who teach English in primary schools in Uganda, and it can also help in other countries. This book is for upper primary. It runs from primary 5 up to primary 7. For those of you who have not yet got a copy, please check it out in the nearby bookshop all over the country. We have this book called The English Doctor. It's a very nice book. And for those of you who have used it, thank you so much for supporting The English Doctor. It's a very nice book. And that's why you see actually even the t-shirt, The English Doctor. I'm putting on this cap because it's also The English Doctor. That is the book. For those of you who like to excel in the primary leaving examination, please get in touch with this book. You will appreciate. And we have some few copies with us, but anytime you need it, check out with the nearby bookshop. You will be able to get The English Doctor, which is a good book for your child. Even those who are buying for the children, there are schools that are buying in bulk. They buy and give to their children. It helps them a lot. I have a number of schools, I don't want to mention their names here, but get yourself a copy of The English Doctor, which is a very beautiful book for teaching English in upper primary. We are coming up with the rest of other classes, but for now, this is what we have. Now, my coming today is not to talk about The English Doctor. I am here to officially launch our new YouTube channel, which is for Evolutionary Education Services. A little bit about Evolutionary Education Services. The Evolutionary Education Services is a company, it's a private company that operates majorly within the education sector. Our main goal is to ensure that we change the narrative of education to solve the contemporary needs. And that's why, as Evolutionary Education Services, we are here to ensure that we provide the solutions to the problems that we are facing within the education. And how do we do this? We are into two different departments. We have the media department that is now being launched here, and we have the academic department. Within the academic department, we organize workshops. We have held successful workshops. And actually, after this video, you will be able to see the videos that we're going to be uploading. These videos cover the workshops that we held in Nebi District and Zombo District in the first term of 2025. And we're going to be having more in the second term in different districts. We organize workshops for the teachers. We come together and we bring a team of examiners from different parts of the country. A team of experts. When we call them examiners, sometimes we are losing the point. But we're looking at experts who have track records from different parts of the country, and we bring them to share their knowledge with the teachers so that we move at the same pace as teachers within the country. So we have been doing that, and successfully we are continuing to do that. And still, we have a number of areas under Evolutionary Education Services within the academic part of it. But one of the most important things that we would like to bring out to the teachers is to be able to recommend the right materials for the teachers to use. You know, sometimes you might have the skills, but the materials that you use also either guide you or misguide you. And that's why we are here as Evolutionary Education Services to recommend the right materials that teachers can use and the learners can also buy and use to be able to achieve the best within the education. That's why we are here. As Evolutionary Education Services team, we are not going to end at only workshops. We are going to go ahead to do a number of things. We would like to promote the talents of children and teachers at the same time. We have teachers who are super talented, but they remain with the talent in the villages. They remain with the talent out there, and nobody notices them. And that's why, under the media part of our Evolutionary Education Services, We shall be telling stories of teachers who have made it in different fields. We know about so many teachers who have made it. And these teachers remain silent underground. Nobody knows about them. So we are here to promote them so that we cover that story. We tell it out to the world so that we get to know that there is a teacher who has made a tremendous achievement in a certain field. It could be in academics. It could be in the talent. It could be in something else. But for us, we are there to cover such a story. Because we came to realize that as teachers, our stories only make headlines when they are negative. When you hear a teacher has stolen chicken, that one is going to be everywhere in the media. A teacher has defined the child, it's going to be everywhere. But a teacher has excelled, it's not news. A teacher has made a tremendous achievement in something, it's not news. And that's why we need to come as teachers to tell our own stories. And that's why now, as Evolutionary Education Services, we are here to do that. We shall be covering stories of teachers. At the same time, as we talk of teachers, we can't be teachers without learners. And that's why we shall be covering the stories of learners too. We travel to different parts of the country, different schools, and we cover stories of learners in those rural schools, because we realize that many a times children in urban schools are the ones who are favored by the media. The ones in deep ends of the country are not favored at all. Nobody knows about them. And some of those children are dying with great talents down there. But because of lack of exposure, the talents die. And that's why, as Evolutionary Education Services, we're coming as a hope for such children. That we shall be moving to those different parts of the country, to different schools, deep down in the rural areas and up in the urban settings, to cover stories without segregating any part of the country. To ensure that these stories get out there, and you never know, somebody may pick interest and will be able to help this child out. So we have a number of things that we do. I will be able to come here and officially, of course, talk about the vision, the hope, and the rest of the things under the Evolutionary Education Services. But today, I am majorly focusing on the part of the channel, which is our YouTube channel, which will be doing a number of things. But before I get into that, we would like to provide solutions to the children. Way back in 2019, when I was teaching at the Flobeto Nursery and Primary School in Hoima. It's a great school, by the way. If you've never taken your child to Flobeto, do it. I'm not advertising, but it's a great school. I'm just talking about it because I've been there. But I'm working for all the schools in the country. I work with so many schools out there, so many. But I'm just mentioning Flobeto because I took a number of years working in that school, and it has built me a lot into the person I am today. And I've made a number of achievements from there. So this particular book, you see, it's a very small book. It's part of the reasons I'm telling you. We need to ensure that we change the narrative of education. This education we are giving to the children should be the education that solves the problems. Over the years, I've discovered that all professions are very good, as long as we are guided to understand how to maneuver within it. People used to think teachers are poor. We are no longer poor. We teachers are not poor. Yeah, we are not. It's only teachers who have not got the right information who are poor, but the teachers who have got to understand how the world operates are not poor. I am not poor. At least I can say. I'm not so rich, I'm not wealthy, but I am not poor. At least I'm moving somewhere. I know one day I will be wealthy also. Now, the education we are talking about today should be the education that solves the problems, right from nursery to primary to secondary up to whichever level. In 2019, when I was teaching primary 6, I gathered the children because I teach English as a subject. Many of you may not understand that English can give you a lot of money. All other subjects can. I gathered the children. I told them, we are here learning composition writing. But how does this composition writing apply in your real life? How does it help you? How do you use this to solve problems? And that's why I told them, okay, as you're going for your holidays, sit down and use the knowledge I've given you about composition writing. Create your own stories. Come with these stories at the beginning of the term. I'll be able to go through them, and the ones that I feel are authentic and original will be able to be edited and finally compiled into a book. Here I have a storybook. If you can read the title very well, I don't know if it can be able to be read very well on the camera. It is I Am a Wise Child. That is the title. And when you read down, compiled stories written by primary 6 children, 2019. These 28 children wrote their stories, and I compiled these stories together and came up with this book. These children have not remained the same. They like this book so much. This book is liked by so many children in other schools. It's a nice book. And I want to actually get in touch with these children because that was way back in 2019. We are already in 2025. Some years have gone. Many of these children have lost touch with them. But I want to gather these children together and we see how to make this now a bigger project. This is the practical teaching we are talking about. Can you use what these children are learning to solve a problem? I ensure that the stories they are writing are not just for marks, but can be translated into a source of income. That's why we have the book here. It's a source of income. People have been buying this, each copy at 5,000 shillings. So if we are to produce 1,000 copies, how much money would that be? And children are ready to buy because he has 28 short stories, which children enjoy. And you don't know that children enjoy reading this, even because it is a story written by fellow children. That is the evolutionary education we are talking about. The education that changes with the changing time. The education that keeps solving the prevailing circumstances. That's what we stand for as evolutionary education services. Let me not go deeper into evolutionary education services, but let me mainly focus on what has brought us here today, the YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is also called Evolutionary Education Services. That is its name. And I call upon everybody to subscribe to this channel. Because within this channel, we are going to present a lot of things related to teaching, related to teachers, related to learning, related to learners, related to education in general. Let me take you through some of the things that we shall be doing on this YouTube channel. Maybe before we get into that, what is the vision? Our vision as Evolutionary Education Services, and majorly as the YouTube channel, is to be the most reliable source of education-related information in the whole of Africa. Yeah, I like my home. What is the mission? Our mission is to give accurate, reliable, timely, and contemporary education information to the teachers and learners. That's our mission. And how shall we achieve all those? We have a number of strategies put in place. But majorly, let me take you through some of the things that we shall be showing you on this channel. We shall be having lessons on chosen contents. We get teachers in different schools, not in one school, present their lessons on chosen contents and in different subjects. We shall be able to present that here. We shall have financial literacy for both adults and children. We shall have career guidance and inspirational talks that match the contemporary needs. You know, we need to be guided. We need to be shown the direction. And we have experts who have walked the path that we're trying to walk today. That's why we shall have the career guidance. You know, nowadays, if we don't give children the right career guidance, they are going to get lost. The career guidance that was given way back by our people is different from the guidance we should be giving today. Some of the great stories you have been told those days, you know, study, become a doctor, and that's all. Become a lawyer, and that's all. It's no longer the case. We have so many people in all those fields. And if you don't teach the children the right things to do as they grow within their career, they're going to get lost. And that's why we're going to be talking about the real career guidance. I have a book right with me here. think I have it on my table. Let me pick it. This book, this book is great. The title is After University, What Next? After University, What Next? This book was written by Ambrose Kibuka. It's a great man. I read this book and I appreciate it. After university, what next? Go to any bookshop and buy this book and read it. It has a lot to guide us. And especially as a Ugandan, this book was written by a Ugandan. It tackles the real problems we are facing within the job market. And that's why we need the right career guidance to be able to maneuver through this. He's not saying that jobs are not there. He's not saying that people should not go to university. But he's saying, yes, after you have studied, you have completed your course. What next? How do you prepare yourself along the way in your primary, in your secondary, at the university, to be able to come out and break through these current job issues? Because according to this book, we are producing over 400,000 graduates every year, but we have about 80,000 formal jobs, 300,000 plus, are supposed to be jobless if we are to take it by that. And then the problem is that people are not being given the right guidance. It's not that the government is not thinking. The government cannot create jobs for all the people in the world. It will never happen, even if they do what. But the right guidance can make us create these jobs. That's why we shall be having career guidance on this platform. We shall also have talent shows, because I like talent. I wanted to become a musician in my life. Actually, that was the greatest dream I chased. I wrote about 100 songs. I recorded only 4. And these 4, I even recorded them after becoming a teacher, of course, just to ensure that the dream has not failed totally. At least I've done something with it, but not as a professional musician now. But there are so many other children with such talents out there. And we need to come together and support them so that they build this talent into something that can be a source of income for them in the future. They might study and get the bachelor's degree, whichever field, or master's degree, but they may fail to get the job in that profession. However, they make it within talent. We have seen many people. Cheptegei has not made it as a police officer, but you know it. You know, we have so many of them. But why, though for him, he went and studied that. But there are so many other people out there. So many people. If you have to go deeper, there are people who studied different things, but they later on didn't make it through that, but through the talents. And that is what we are trying to talk about today. So we shall have talent shows, which will be live on this YouTube channel. We shall also have workshop highlights. When we have those workshops, we get some of the highlights recorded and put here. We shall have live streaming of educational events. These educational events could be different, but we shall have them live streamed here. We shall have education-related documentaries. We shall cover some documentaries in different parts of the country, and especially, and we shall even go beyond the country. And we have education-related documentaries covered here. We shall also have interviews with the people in different occupations. We have carpenters, we have lawyers, we have doctors, we have tailors and seamstresses, we have tailors and seamstresses. We have people in different fields doing great things. We need to cover them, we need to cover such stories and put here to inspire the children to get to choose the right path for themselves. Maybe somebody thought carpentry is a useless thing, but after watching a certain carpenter who is exporting and doing great things there, a child might shift the mindset. Maybe people thought mechanics are dirty people, but when we go and cover mechanics who are wealthy and are doing great things within their field, maybe a child out there will appreciate. And that's why we shall be able to cover such stories, and they will be live here. And a number of other things. But let me also take you to the schedules. We have our schedules. How shall we bring in these, and how often? When do you expect them? We expect to have one documentary every term. Every term, we would like to cover at least one documentary. and we have it live here. At least one interview every term. We interview some of these teachers who started in classrooms, they are now directors of schools. Some of these teachers who started in classrooms, they are now ministers. We have some of these people who have been in class, but they are now, we shall interview such people. At least one every term. That is what we call the success story. And of course, we shall also interview learners. There are some learners you find, this one has won an award in this one has done this, and this one has been the best in running, in singing, in whatever. We shall also have them interviewed on this channel. We shall have a lesson every week. So every week we shall be uploading at least one lesson in one particular subject. We shall also have career and inspirations twice a term. So every term we shall be having at least career talks and inspirations. In a term we shall have career talks and inspirations twice. We shall have children's parliament once a term. Shall be organizing events where we have children come together from different schools. We gather them in one location and we give them a topic of discussion. They discuss freely, just mimicking the real parliament. And that will be done at least once a term. Talent show once a year. So once every year we shall be organizing a talent show for the children and even teachers. So we get together in one place and we have a talent show, and it will also be live on this channel. We shall have occupations once a term. The occupations, like I told you, we shall be going to different places. We go to a carpentry workshop, we go to a factory, we go to different places, and then we cover different occupations at least once in a term. And then financial literacy every holiday. So every holiday we shall be covering financial literacy sessions for children and the teachers. For me, I'm interested in the education part of it. Of course, the rest of the people can also take lessons from the teaching part. So with all these, I would like to come out and say Evolutionary Education Services is here to solve some of the problems that we're facing within the education. We come as the hope for the education sector, and we shall do a lot of things. And at Evolutionary Education Services, we shall launch our website very soon. We are going to have exams.com, which will be working with examination bodies. We don't want to set our own examinations. And we shall have other related events. Workshops are coming. We are soon getting to Pakwach district and other parts of the country. So please, 2025 is our year that we have officially launched Evolutionary Education Services. So on behalf of Evolutionary Education Services, with the power invested in me as the CEO, I would like to say that this YouTube channel is officially launched today. We can now start the operations officially. I call upon all teachers, students, and anybody who is interested in the education of our children in Uganda, in Africa, the whole world, to subscribe to this channel, because we are focusing on education-related contents. Thank you so much. I remain Jaganda Alochi, the CEO of Evolutionary Education Services and the author of The English Doctor, with my great friend Kwesiga Gilbert. Thank you so much.